another Dear Dana on a Saturday night. I was thinking about what to do. Soon I want to do a psych breakdown of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. But tonight was not the night. Um, I wanted to do, and it may not be that exciting to some, but it'll be very helpful. Aids to heal thyself in alternative ways. Combat emotional and physical pain. But it's a mind body connection. So many of us are walking around with trauma in our bodies, with trauma from things that happened in the past, with pain stuffed away from old memories, with chronic pain, with emotional pain, sometimes things stuffed away from so far back, from memories we may not even remember, from pain that's popping up, and we're like, whoa, where's that coming from? And we may blame it on, oh, I'm just getting older. Hey, Marie Crum. Maybe I inherited it. Our emotions pop up, and we don't know how to rid ourselves of what we're feeling. And it's very complicated at times. And they're all kind of interconnected sometimes. Hey, Queen of O'Hara, thanks for coming. And people do not realize the complexity often of the mind-body connection, because emotions over time can create pain and disease in our body. It can. Hey, Shelly Marie. Everybody send Shelly healing light. She's experiencing pain tonight. I've been sending some healing her way and will continue to do so. Hey, Virginia Wolf. Smiling back to you, and hello, those in the bushes. We're going to discuss this, and we will continue to discuss this over time because it is very complex. But before we continue, let me drop the intro, because I forget that. Please like and subscribe. As always, I want to expand the things we talk about on here, and I will also begin introducing different tools that I use at home. I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. I'm saying add to your resources at home. Add to them. Don't dismiss things that you can use to help yourself. Help yourself. Help yourself. So anyway, here we go real quick. Thank you for being here, Dear Dana. Dear Dana. Here we go. Oh yeah, all right. Hello, butterflies. And sending healing to Shelly Marie, so the pain dissipates. Energy healing is one of the things I greatly believe in, and I have studied, and it works. So anybody that needs it right now, take a very deep breath to the count of 4. Hold it. Allow light, brilliant, blinding white light to flow through the top of your head. Blow out slowly through your mouth to the count of 4. Very good. Inhale again. Brilliant, blinding white light through the top of your head. Hold it to the count of 4. Excellent. Blow slowly out through your mouth. Allow that healing light to move through your body like water. Allow it to pick up anything that does not belong, toxins, energy block, pain. Allow it to wrap around anything in your body that does not belong and move it out. Move it out of your body. It'll wrap around it and pull it out like it's pulling out with a rope. Inhale again to the count of 4, letting that light move through you. Hold it. Blow out slowly to the count of 4. And all I'm doing is moving energy through my body and pushing it toward anyone that needs. And if you see me get a little brighter, that's okay. That just means it's working. I'm just a conduit. You're wondering why I'm so white. Very good. If you happen to feel a little tingling in your forehead, through your body, that is perfectly fine. Just allow your body just to release and relax. Conscious breathing is always a very good thing for your nervous system to help get you centered and calm down. And that's what this breathing is called and what it's about. Always use it. If you're feeling stressed, had a stressful day, have too much stress in your body, you'll feel it settle down. Now, a long time ago, we were built to have stress hormones and release cortisol and have that fight or flight hormone because we were cavemen and women being chased by dinosaurs and wild animals and having to go find our food. We don't have to do that now. So what happens? If you grew up in a situation where you were bullied by kids or your parents argued or what have you, or you were just exposed to situations that maybe made you feel all tense inside, right? And you felt agitated and you felt that fight or flight feeling. Your hormones would get signaled, your brain would get signaled, and all your fight or flight hormones would get triggered. Your brain would get triggered, the hormones would get released to the other part of your brain for that go, for your body to take off. But you didn't need to take off. Hey, Steve, you didn't need to take off anywhere. So what happens to those hormones? They go somewhere and they get shut down. But parts of your signals in your body, like your legs that would typically in caveman days be running and taking off, they're not taking off. But the nerve endings in your legs and stuff are still being signaled, but they're not running. But they get tense, right? And at some point, the brain is still shutting it off, but the hormones are there. And at some point, you're going to get pain receptors in the body parts that were being signaled for fight or flight. Whether it be your legs, your arms, the area of your heart. Do you get what I'm saying? So there are a lot of people out there that experience things like fibromyalgia, that end up with heart disease, different things like that. And you hear a lot of men, particularly, I'm not saying women don't, but so many men don't express their feelings. They hesitate to get checkups and go to the doctor. So many men end up with heart disease. Heart attack is an attack of the heart. Why? I'm not saying all men, but many men don't express their emotion, don't express what's from their heart, or have anger issues. So you see a lot of heart attacks. They take in a lot of stress. They were raised not to express themselves, not to cry. So when I see people or clients that are men, I impress upon them to find outlets for their emotion. Outlets for their emotion. If you take everything into your body, it is 100% the truth. You are going to have disease somewhere because you've stuffed all that emotion in your body. And you have not discussed it or found an outlet for the emotion. When I do my communication class with teenagers, I'm exploring with them that art is communication. Singing, writing is communication. Writing in a journal is communication. There are so many forms of dancing is communication. Exercise is communication. There are so many forms of things to do to express yourself. Marie Crum is an excellent artist. She has found various ways to express herself. Does she sell her art? No, dagnabbit. Because I would buy a piece. But she is an amazing artist. Sheila Swan Steve has become very spiritual. And he expresses it in healing, and he's starting to expand the ways in which he does it. And he helps others, I'm serious, Marie, or he donates his time to others. That is a form of communication and expressing yourself from the heart. Can he probably do more? Yes. But he's good at talking about things. People have to find a way of unloading not just their joyful self, but their shadow self. And learning better self-care. Because they don't realize how much they've packed up just from the trauma that they have witnessed or taken on in their bodies. Just what you have witnessed or taken on or seen, if you just stuff it away somewhere in your body, baby, it's going to come out somewhere, whether it's disease or behaviors or acting out, it's going to affect your life negatively. So it's not enough, like I said, my husband is the worst about going to get checkups. We ride him like a horse about going. We're still doing it. Most men are. That's why you often hear men pass away before their wives. That is the reason. It doesn't have to be that way. But that is 100% the reason. I had a friend that was like a second mother to me. She was like a second mother and a best friend, sort of wrapped up in one. Her daughter was like a sister more than a best friend, but she ended up with cancer. And I know a lot of the reason that she ended up with cancer is she held up, well, two reasons. She was overweight, and the doctors kept trying to tell her to watch her diet because she had a condition that was fed by carbohydrates, similar to it's PCOS. PCOS has insulin resistance. It's easy to gain weight, it's hard to get it off. I've had to fight it my whole life. I found out I had it, and at the time that I found out I had it, I was like a probably a size 5'6". And so after having babies, I have to fight to keep weight off hard. One of the reasons I got into fitness. But my friend Amy, of course, she loved food, but she didn't want to slow down the carbohydrates. Cancer feeds on carbohydrates. Cancer feeds on fat and sugar. She didn't want to slow down on it. She ended up having cancer. Now, cancer can be genetic also, but she didn't want to listen. And so hard. But she also carried a lot of emotional anger and unforgiveness for things that happened to her. She had a right to be angry. She was trying to process it, but she was bitter a lot. And she was a therapist as well. We went to university together. We worked at Carrollton Institute of Individual and Families Therapy. We went through this whole thing together. But she carried so much anger and bitterness. That is not a territory that promotes healing. So the cancer just kept going and going and going. She'd go through a moment of remission when she was in a better mindset. And then when she wasn't, it would go like wildfire. She wanted babies. They told her if she did that, it would completely feed the cancer. And she wouldn't live to raise them. She did it anyway. And that is absolutely what happened. Her mother, who was like my second mother and best friend, wanted to take the cancer from Amy. She wanted it so badly so Amy would live. And it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm not saying that, like I told you, that it was because of me that happened. I wanted her to, she wanted me to massage her neck, and I felt where there was no bone there. Her neck was broken. She ended up in the hospital. It was broken because of cancer. They did the surgery, and the cancer had gone into her lungs severely. I was devastated, and I did healing work to the point that I was almost unconscious one night, and my friend's friend was in there, and I didn't care who saw me. The next thing we found out, it had reduced by 70%, which was amazing news, and I knew it was God. Hey, SS, I'm not taking credit for that. I'm a conduit. I knew it was God. I knew other people were praying for her. So it was good news. They got her home, and they said she had developed pneumonia. She needed to walk. She needed to walk to help break it up, to get it gone. They were doing treatments. She was weak. The nurse there could not get her to walk, so it would break up. She was weak. They could not get her to walk. So what ultimately took her life was not the cancer. It had diminished. It was the pneumonia. But Let me tell you the oddity of it beginning in her neck, not just because she wanted to take it from her daughter. Years and years prior, when she was younger, she was in a head on collision. And I think she drank a little bit at that time. She wasn't like a hardcore alcoholic, but she was in a head on collision with another couple and they died. And she never forgave herself about that. And I feel like this had so much to do, that and her daughter, with her not walking and her ultimately dying from pneumonia and not cancer. So when we think about mindset and emotions and physical pain and illness, what ultimately takes us? Is it disease, or is it the emotional baggage we carry around? That's my question. And that's why I bring to you, is it mental health and emotion that people really need to look at? Because I'm not saying 100% of disease that people get, because we all know viruses go around and that kind of thing happen in the natural world. But if we really break it down, how much of the disease that happens and takes people's lives, yes, emotional baggage causes disease, is ultimately because of what people are carrying around and not taking time to heal from themselves. Did you know right now in the United States and in the world that mental health is at a peak? It's at a peak that people are needing mental health assistance more than ever before. And we are at a low for psychotherapists and counselors. There's a waiting list for the help people need. You would not believe the low number we have for help. People are just now waking up and realizing that it's not a taboo to get help. So many people were raised to think, ooh, if I go see a therapist, that means that I'm psychotic or I'm broken or I'm going to be labeled or there's something really wrong with me. Therapists have to go see therapists so they don't put their own junk on people. You go in there and you break down your issues and you feel relief. Hey, Universal Tea with Marie, when you go see a therapist, you sit there and you say, this is what happened and this has been going on, and they help you to see how you can feel better and what has caused you to feel so much pain or upset and how you can muddle through the crap. And that you really aren't nuts. That you really aren't nuts. And how it's been hard on you. And what you can do to get the pain out of your body. And how strong you really are. That is what it's about. It's about helping you to feel higher and more motivated and move through the junk, to show you how strong that you really are. People don't get that. They think you go in there and they're going to go, oh, you're like this and you're like this, and like, oh, you're messed up. It's not about that at all. It is a relief and a burden off. And sometimes you're tired because you've moved all the stuff off of you. And you can finally rest you can finally rest because you realize, oh, that wasn't mine. Oh, honey, Marie, nobody's ever late in here. So I'm late in here often. I tell them when you are spiritual, you don't have any reference of time. But so many people are hurting. When I have had deep pain, one time I learned that in a bath, what was causing me pain in my body. I closed my eyes and I was able to connect that pain I was feeling to something that had happened in my life. And I was able to visualize wrapping a net around it and doing that conscious breathing, that inhaling to the count of 4 and holding it, and that exhaling to the count of 4 and that light. And I wrapped a net around that pain and could feel what it was connected to in my life. And as I wrapped that net around it and I blew that breath out, I could feel that cord pulling that pain out of my body that was connected to that occurrence it was attached to. And as I was blowing out, I could feel that net pull that pain out of my body that was connected to that occurrence. I just let it pull it out of my body as I did that breath work. Because it was actually, I could feel like, okay, I started getting this pain when so and so happened. I was able to attach it to, oh, I started getting this when this happened. So when I did that exercise, that pain dissipated. Because it was that fight or flight hormone that kicked in, where my body got tense. And it was, okay, I can't run anywhere. I got tense when this happened. And because I couldn't run anywhere, I developed this pain in my body. It all made sense. So I was able to differentiate how that pain developed. It doesn't mean that pain's not real. Let me reiterate that. Because you stuff things in, your brain starts signaling your body, you can't run anywhere. So the body says, well, okay, you can't run from that dragon. So the body starts creating that pain in your body. And ultimately, that pain may turn into a heart attack or cancer or, fibromyalgia or something else. Arthritis. You never know. That's the sad story of it. So if we're stuck with that disease, which we sometimes are, like they don't know what causes MS. I may have seen or experienced so much trauma because we have had a lot of, and ultimately I lost Noah, but we have had a lot of scares with Noah. And I was in a bad first marriage. Yeah, there's a lot of scares there. I've seen a lot. I don't know what ultimately turned that switch on that released MS in my body. Because it has to be turned on. That gene or whatever causes it has to be turned on. And your system cannot take but so much input and stress. Can I revert MS? No. Can I slow it the hell down? Yes. So that's what I continually do. I get pain and all of that stuff, so I start using alternative tools. Maybe some of you have your tricks and stuff. And all along in the channel, we will talk about alternative things and tools. And I plan to do what Virginia Woolf asked about, alternative plants and herbs and all of that. I wanted to do more of my homework before I presented it on here. But I'm going to show you a few things that I use. A few things. Now, I know I've shown you selenite, right? Not only does it help with your energy, but I will literally, and my daughter the other day, I used it on her. Your energy can get all janky in your body, and we are energy and water and stuff. I will use a selenite wand and move it slowly over my body. Even with my eyes closed, I can feel it do something to the energy on my body. It's like if the energy is all wackadoo, because your energy on your body can get like, the interstate. If the interstate gets all the cars get all whacked out, it feels like it sort of straightens it out. And I'll do it all the way down to her toes, every side of her legs, mine too, or have her do it for me. Over the arms, under the arms, between the fingers, everywhere. Don't touch the body. You can feel relief from it, sincerely. And especially if you've been around a lot of people or talked to a lot of people, been around the computer too much. I mean, she doesn't have to get on screen. Eden, when I do this to you, what do you feel? She says she feels calmer when I do it. When she's felt uptight. So it's sort of like it just straightens out your energy. Okay? So it's selenite. You can get it in all different shapes and forms. You can get it in a little rock. I've got all shapes. I've got a little heart. But if you're going to do it over your body, I highly suggest you just get a little stick. Shelly, have you put it over your body? It just feels so much better. I sleep with one beside my bed. I found out about him a long time ago, and it has the most effect on me. I always have one around my neck if I can help it. The other thing I use, a lot of time, I don't know if I've shown you before, do you all know what fascia is? Good, Shelly. Do you all know what fascia is? Under your skin. When you go to eat chicken or steak or any kind of meat, you know the white, you can pull it apart on your meat. It's like a rubber band almost. It's not the fat part. It's the thin part that looks like fat, but you can see through it. Fascia. It attaches to all the muscle in our body. It's a thin layer. Universal T, I'm telling you, if you get selenite, it will be your best friend, especially if you're on the tubes all the time. Selenite. I'll write it down. I wouldn't lead you astray. You will see. I mean, right now, just me doing it, I feel so much better. And I've had sort of a headache. When you get it in the back of your neck. And like I said, I have MS. I'm always sort of dealing with stress in my body. And my muscles tend to, Eden calls them rocks. I need to go I got a massage for Christmas and I need to go have it. But she says, like, some of my muscles do this, especially in my back around my spine, they lock up. So I'm always having to try to do something to make them release. You have MS, Marie? Good, Shelly. Still sending energy your way, and I'll continue to. If we have to have a one-on-one session a little later, we'll do it, Marie. Shelly Marie. But selenite, I have kept it for years, and I stand by it, Marie. But I also do energy healing. I've studied quantum energy. Yeah, I'm one of those psychotherapists, but I started off very scientific, but I believe in alternative stuff as well. Now, I have a smaller one of these. This is they call it a fascia blaster, okay? Your fascia is what keeps your muscles in line, but sometimes your fascia gets wrapped up in your muscles. And that's not good. That's what causes a lot of cellulite. When the fascia gets mixed up, and it will cause deep, bruisy, sore places in your muscles. Have you ever had where you could touch your muscles and it just feels like deep, bruisy pain in certain spots? That's where the fascia is getting wrapped up in your muscle, like it's twisted. I have a small one of these, like about this size, and I have this one. I don't use this one as often, but you can use it on your arms or you can use it on any part of your body. But when you get those twisted, painful, bruisy places, that's where the fascia and the muscle is all twisted up. And you can do this on that place and it will turn red, okay? That's where the blood flow is getting to it. And you'll feel the pain, but when the pain starts to release and you don't feel the pain anymore, that means that fascia has become unbound. And the next morning, you may see dots of bruises on it, and that means that's where the fascia has released, and it's normal. But you won't feel the pain there anymore. And I mean, I've gone in on myself before with this thing. So I have tools like this I use, like on my back, on the lower part of my low back, because sometimes I'll be standing folding things and the pain is terrible. So I'll use things like this. But you will hold pain in your body in the weirdest places. So sometimes you have to try to see if you can connect that pain to a certain thing in your life, to a certain instance in your life. It's not always, hey, Willow, hey, Steve, it's not always going to be connected to an instance, okay? It can be random, but often you may be able to connect it to a traumatic memory, right? Something you've stuffed way down. Hey, Willow, that's why it's so important to take care of your mental health, to unload your shadow work, stuff you've stuffed. We have light and shadow. So many people stuff things in their shadow, and a lot of times it's gifts. It's our own gifts where people say, you're not good enough, you shouldn't do that, or blah, 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 blah. Don't stuff things in that shadow. Unload it and take a look at it. Take a look at it. Just recognize it for what it is. Talk about it, write about it, do art about it, sing about it, do something about it. And those things that are gifts, don't ignore them. Bring those gifts out. If it was like, Marie's, if it's art, dabble in your art. If it was singing, start singing again. Let me tell you something else. You know how babies will lay on their tummies and wiggle their butts back and forth? Did you know you can do that if you're not able to stand and dance? But if you stand up, I don't care if you put music on the radio, but if you stand up and kind of just shake your hips back and forth, just kind of shake them back and forth, and do that daily, and maybe think of something that was a little traumatic to you, and shake them back and forth, and just release. Do you know you can release trauma out of your body doing that? Just release it and let it go. Let it go. Just shake your body, shake your hips back and forth. It helps release trauma out of your body. Moving your body is so healthy. You don't have to perform for somebody, but cut on the music and move your hips left to right. Just shake them freely for no reason, left to right. Or lay on your bed and do it. Just move them left to right. Not every which way, just left to right. Just wobble them left to right. And breathe. It helps remove trauma from your body. So very simple. So very simple. And may I remind you once again, take off your shoes. Many of you can. I know, Marie. Bless your heart. But maybe you could just do it with your shoulders or your hands, Marie. Maybe you could just do it with your shoulders or your hands. It's important to ground yourself. Take off your shoes if you can and go stand outside on the ground, not with your phone, and close your eyes and put your hands down, and it will remove the electromagnetic field levels from your body. Remember what I told you last year? Someone can put a machine up to you and the numbers will go down. Just do what you can, Marie, or not. Yes, please be careful with yourself, honey. But everybody else, go do some grounding. Remember to look up Clint Ober. Remember, it was done testing at the university. The numbers speak for themselves. Take off your shoes like little kids did, just for a few minutes. Stand on the ground or sit on the ground barefooted. But stand on the ground with no phones in your hand. You'll feel it from the knees down. Try it, Universal Tea with Marie. Take your shoes off, stand on the ground with no phone for a few minutes, and the electromagnetic fields will reduce from your body where you're exposed to computers and phones and lights and every electrical thing around you. The numbers from the EMFs in your body will just go down just from standing on the ground barefoot for a little bit. Someone could measure it on your body. You will probably tingle from your knees down, from where it's just like being sucked out of your body. Studies have been done on it. If you look up Clint Ober or the word grounding for health, you'll see the information about it. Hey, Arseny. That's okay, Marie. We got you. We love you. We know you're going through a lot. but do your grounding. We did a grounding challenge last year. It makes you feel so much better. It can help people with blood pressure, helps reduce the risk of cancer. It increases your immune system. It helps with your health, helps with stress, all of that stuff. I feel better when I ground. Helps with stress. The other thing, let me show you something I just purchased. It's coming this week. I've done my research and study on it. It's called a vibration plate. It not only can help you lose weight if you do it properly and don't, overeat, but it has multiple health benefits. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, let me show you. I didn't get the most expensive one. I got a deal on it. But this is a vibration plate. Where's the one I tried to click? Okay, this is a vibration plate. You stand on it. If you stand close, it's like walking. Then you stand further apart, it's jogging. And you stand further apart, it's like running. And it vibrates and moves as you stand on it. It vibrates your whole entire body from your feet to your top of your head. It also helps your balance. So after much research on it, and you've got those cords that you can use your hands on, it provides better support for tendons and ligaments, prevents impaired tendons and ligaments, it eases chronic pain with them. Let's see what else it does. It creates a pulling force on the bones, and it helps the bones get denser. Due to vibration's unique G-force, vibration stimulation can achieve higher magnitude to influence stem cell differentiation for the transformation from stem cells to bone cells. So it helps with osteoporosis. Some CP patients use it, Parkinson's disease, peripheral neuropathy. It has been said to help with weight loss because it mimics exercise in just 10 minutes, 3 times a day. It helps with lymphatic drainage. It can help with chronic pain. I think I already said that. It helps with urinary incontinence, high blood pressure, restless leg syndrome, MS patients, just a multitude of things. Let me see if I can show you a demonstration on it. Fair use, fair use. Hold on. After reading so much about it, I decided this would be a good investment. And believe me, I'm super obsessive about my research on things before I buy it. Demonstration. Okay, this guy's pretty funny. Let me share him. Let me see if you can see him. Okay, wait a minute. Let me share this guy.
Agree with you, but that doesn't mean that I can't try to find ways to make working out just a little bit less like working out. Meet the Rumblex full body vibrator. This thing has like 4 different ways and motors to do things. It's supposed to be used by professionals for...
I'm trying to... Oh, crap. I've got to do it again. Sorry, guys.
Now, this particular one was kind of expensive, but there are cheaper options. I went with this one because it has different movements, you know, different motions to the oceans. I can go back and forth, sideways, back like this. I mean, it's...
Can you hear him?
So let's open this thing up and see if this is actually going to give me a workout. Also, you probably already know, if you saw last year's CS, I went to CS and I tried one of these, and I was actually slightly impressed by the amount of workout I got for only being on it for a few minutes. So that was kind of the motivation behind buying this thing. So there's that. Ow, I just totally like hurt my rib.
Okay, I'm trying to speed him up
that box right now,
so you can just see the demonstration.
Now again, this is not going to... Oh, it's alive! It's alive! All right, let's see. Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Let's YOLO this. I'm time-lapsing this bitch.
He shouldn't have said that word.
Okay. 5 minutes. And they're saying basically don't spend more than 10 minutes on a time on this, I guess. I don't know. It's according to this. Now, this is not an exploration of all the things this machine can do, because apparently this thing has different functions and backs and forths and all that other stuff. I'm not touching any of that. Basically, the point of this video was to see if this thing actually can get my heart rate up and give me a good exercise. And I was only able to last 5 minutes, and I barely was able to do that. So I'm going to have to keep giving this thing a try, hopefully every night for like 5 minutes on probably medium setting, and hopefully it'll get a little easier. Actually, you know what? Let's see. See, I was going like this, but it's got other functions. Look at this. Yeah, this is not nearly as violent as the other way. It's more of just a vibrator. Woo! This is a whole new thing! Well, it gets my heart rate up. Look at that. Look at that, 149. Gets the heart rate going, and it's relatively easy in terms of I'm not like doing much. I'm just kind of standing here and going with the flow. Pro tip, I recommend you stretch before you try this thing. If you want to check out more about this device, check out the links in the description down below. Sorry this is not a computer, but I thought it was hilarious nonetheless. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more shenanigans, and have yourself good night.
Anyway, I didn't want to show this whole video because I don't want to get in trouble. But you get the idea. So the point is, I'm going to do some exercise movements when I'm on it, but I also want to get my husband and my daughter on it. It gets your heart rate up. It mimics you doing real exercise, but it also helps the lymph move through your body. It helps your blood pressure. It helps many other aspects of your physicality when you go to the doctor. It gets your heart rate up. And one girl did it, and actually, I mean, she watched her eating some, but she lost like 22 pounds in a month. Now, I don't want to necessarily lose 22 pounds, but on top of it, it helping MS and other things, because I already exercise, if I can lose extra weight with it, yeah. But if it can help de-stress some of my muscles where they're still tied up, and you get what I'm saying. If it can benefit me in other ways, coolio. I'm happy with that. And help drain lymph and stuff. Very, very happy. So I try to do unusual things. I try things and I don't tell people about them unless I believe in them. And I know that this works. I've used one at a doctor's office before, and I've used it at a chiropractor's office before. So I know what it does to my body when I use it. So that's why I went ahead and purchased. I know that the selenite works. I know that the fascia blaster works. And I also, just because I wanted to break down, I had a lipoma in my arm that you would have to have surgery for to have it removed. No. So I saw a cavitation device that helps melt like those kind of places or some lumps and bumps on a woman. It helps melt the fatty area underneath. It's not a weight loss device for your whole body. Let me say that. Look, it works. So I'm going to share it with you. Use it at your own risk. I will say that. Do your research. Use it at your own risk. But it works. So I would not show it to you if it did not work. It isn't really a therapeutic device, but it works. They sell them at different prices. Like the one I'm about to show you says $69. I got mine for $20 or $23 on eBay that looks just like this. So I'm going to show it to you. And it worked. It worked fine. But ladies or guys, like I had a big lump. You know what a lipoma is? It's a big fatty mass under your arm, and it has started breaking mine down, and it works. So it works on other parts of your body too. But it's not for your whole body to make you lose weight. It's just for, hey, Zenzarius, so happy to see you. For areas of your body, like if you had a love handle you want it to break down, it works. But you have to work to get it to, like, it wears your arms out. Here is the cavitation device. You can get it for a lot less. But I promise you it works. Where did it go? Where did it go? Hold on. Let me back up. Now see if you can see it. That's not it. Share. Let me try it again. So, ladies, how have you been, Miss? Hey, Sarah. This is a cavitation device. Let me see which one I've got. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. This is it. I got it for $23 on eBay. This says $69, but like I said, I had a fatty lipoma on my arm. You use it for so much time. No, it's not a massager. It it makes fat cells release fat, and they go into lymphatic drainage in your body. I had a lipoma, and it popped the fat cells. I could feel it. To drain the lipoma, I still need to work on it more, and it works. It works. It works. It works. So if you have like little love handles or a lipoma or whatever, the sucker works. It's called a cavitation device. I got mine for $23. I wasn't going to get surgery to remove the lipoma on my arm. But we were talking about emotional baggage that creates disease. But I was showing them devices that help you with emotional pain and etc. But I went on to show them other devices that help you as well. But this is a cavitation device. And because it works and I believe in it, I just happen to share it. And if anyone's interested, I'll spell it for you. Cavitation. It's sort of like when you have a baby and they do the sonogram, you have to have water based gel to use it. Spas will do this treatment and charge like $250. So, I'm going to ask any of you, what do you do for self care when you are experiencing emotional or physical pain, or pain that's caused by emotion, or vice versa? What have you found that you can do to help heal yourself in those moments, or do you continue to stuff it down? Anybody, or those in the bushes? And please, please like, share, subscribe, or at least like and subscribe. Hey, Natasha, you use a red light lamp. Can you tell us what that lamp does for you? Now, I have noticed one thing. When my son Noah, who couldn't speak, when he was happy, he would clap or he would do rhythms on his tray, like a musical rhythm, to let us know how happy he was, right? When he would get too stressed, he would sleep, Shelly. He would check out. And I know I have a tendency, if I'm too stressed, my body just will check out and sleep. Like I need to go away. Sarah says, well, I do dance and exercise, but Sarah says, she goes hiking, she goes to the gym, get a message or take a massage, or take an Epsom bath with essential oils. That is a good one. I forgot about that one. Epsom salt baths and essential oils, you get in those and you just feel like all the stress is pulled from your body. And you definitely have to drink water before and after. But that's excellent, Sarah. I wish my gym had a punching bag. I still have not purchased that. And I don't know if I will end up getting a weight set or not, because I got that vibration plate. And I'm thinking about getting a swing outside. Does anybody notice anything different in here? Those are excellent ideas, Sarah. But I was talking to them about the mind-body connection and how used to hormones would be set off because we have fight or flight. But now we get those hormones set off for fight or flight, and with nowhere to run, they get compartmentalized in our body. And in our body, when our legs or arms or heart or part of our body needs to be taking action, it gets stored in our body and creates pain or disease. My hair's crazy again. I can't do anything with it. You haven't been able to do an Epsom salt bath. I got salt scrub for Christmas and still haven't used it. That would be good, Shelly. Help pull the toxins out of your body. Yes, Virginia Woolf, you guessed it. Sarah says she also goes to the movies to shift. What did it say? Watched Father Stew the other night. It was great. Is that a new movie? Who's in that movie, Sarah? Marie says it's a great movie, especially for those of us who suffer. Ooh, I have been watching the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. And watching that, seeing the behaviors demonstrated, knowing that um, he's definitely abused, in my opinion. What kind of massage sticks do you use, Natasha Razor? I was showing them this fascia blaster. I don't necessarily call that a massage stick because I dig in with it. But what kind of massage sticks do you recommend? Oh, Mark Wahlberg and Mel Gibson. It is always good to get the blood flowing, for sure. And also, I recommend stretching. There's a new place around here that is a business where they stretch your body. They're offering I think 3 free sessions. I may check it out. Cesaria says, this is a discipline stick. I guess it could be. But I use it on myself. I've used it so hard in painful places that I broke my skin down and caused a big raw place. It's just the cheap ones from the look, like your stick, but with balls. Oh, okay. This is the original Fascia Blaster. I have the small one I use, but I get dangerous with it. If there's like a place in my joints and I can't get to the inside the joint, I'm like, That's a discipline stick. Sincerius, as a man, what do you do to try to heal yourself when you have pain in your body? Or do you just take it in stride? What are the alternative ways that we can try to heal ourselves? You know, it's important to go to the doctor when you need to. I'm not dismissing that. And like I said, men are the worst. Men are the worst to go to the doctor and get their checkups unless they absolutely have to. They're the worst. But now more than ever, it is important we prioritize mental health and self-care. We would almost we will never put them entirely out of business, but we would almost put doctors out of business if we started prioritizing those two things. People think it's sort of selfish when they start looking at taking care of themselves. But it's not. So Zaria says, let me pop up that. I'm so happy to see you. Well, I know what the main cause is, so I do everything I can to balance myself out. I drink water, go for a walk if my feet don't hurt, and I control my diet. Excellent. So Darius, is there anything sort of like you've discovered along the way in your recent journeys that are like new plants or natural things or new tools that you use to therapeutically take care of yourself. Anything new that you didn't know before. Just wondering. I mean, I use cinnamon a lot more than I used to. On toast, in my food, um, to help balance blood sugars. I use blueberries a lot. Number one, because I like them. Number two, because of the fiber content in blueberries. To help balance like cholesterol. I like to be silly and go for the laugh or dance around my house just to boost my mood as a mood booster. It's important to keep your vitamin D up. Get in the sun for a little while when you can. Take a vitamin D supplement. Oh, ginger, good for your throat. Yeah. And I've got that, I can't ever remember the name of it. The stuff where we pick it up and we blow it, you know, as kids. Somebody remind me. It's all in my yard. Natasha Razor says, I just started taking the herbs. Oop. Just started taking the herbs. Harataki and ashwagandha. Ashwagandha. I haven't noticed results yet. How long have you been taking them, and for what reason were you taking them? Ginger mixed with honey can help sore throats. Also add lemon lime. Oh, dandelion. Thanks, Shelly Marie. I always forget that. Dandelions grow all over my yard. And it was maybe sometime in the last year, I was watching a video, and a lady picks all the dandelions. And she takes the greenery of the dandelions and washes it and makes salad out of it. And she takes the dandelion root and stuff and makes tea out of it, along with flour. The whole thing is utilized and eaten. And it grows all naturally in my yard. And we used to pick it and say, "Oh, it's weeds." They're weeds, and they have a bazillion health benefits. And every day I look at them, and I'm so tempted to pick them and wash them, and watch that video, and utilize every bit of it and try it. And I've been so scared to do it. So scared to do it. But I'm thinking, that's so stupid. I mean, she's literally eating a salad out of it. And our great grandmothers used to do it all the time. And if you think about it, in our own forest, there are things growing that people used to eat all the time, that nature is providing. It's so crazy. But then I'm like, but it's safer at the grocery store. But nature is providing so much. Yeah, I mean, my mom always like, dandelions are a weed, but everybody eats them. I mean, it's edible. Sarah says, my go-tos for muscles are electric cupping machines, foam roller, and tinge unit. Yeah, I have a foam roller. I thought it was in here that I use and I roll on to um, get my muscles to release. It's a big blue foam roller. I swear I thought it was in here. Yeah, mushrooms are healing as well. Some people eat mushrooms to take a trip. I have not done that. Sincerity says everything we take comes from nature. We just happen to change it up and turn it into something else. Yes, corporations do. I love mushrooms. Natasha says dandelion is good to cleanse the liver. That is what I've heard. Natasha, have you ever had dandelion? Dandelion or dandelion root? Now, I've had a lot of different herbs from the herb shop. If I go to an herb shop and they've done the thing there, I'll take it. Like, in the past, I've been there. Did you know that they have, what is it called? Valerian root. Oh, you do drink the tea? Do you make it yourself, Natasha? Or do you buy it? They have valerian root at the herb store that if your nerves are very bad, it mimics, what does it mimic? Valium. Valerian root sort of mimics Valium. It makes you very, very relaxed and it can put you to sleep. But if you drink chamomile tea, you can even give chamomile tea to children. Is it nasty, Natasha? Or bitter or anything? Chamomile tea can relax children and people and put them to sleep. The smell of lavender in your room can relax you. If it's, I like lavender, but sometimes it's too loud. It might bother my sinuses, so it has to be really calm for me. But just like that's another thing, smells and scents can help your emotions and can switch your mindset to calmer times. And it can help deprogram trauma. As you get older and you remember those things that help program you in a negative way from the past, you can almost rewrite traumatic events at that point. Remember me telling you about taking the net when I was in the bath and wrapping it around the pain in my body that was connected to a negative event and visualizing pulling it out of my body? As you get older and you think of past memories that were painful to you, I've put clients through an exercise to almost help rewrite that using their unconscious mind. Because your unconscious brain doesn't know the truth from a lie. So going through certain exercises, I can help people sort of rewrite that so it doesn't cause the same kind of pain within them emotionally. So they can see it from a different perspective at this point in their life. Does that make sense? So they aren't carrying around that trauma any longer. They're able to pick it up and take it out of their body and look at it from a different window. Am I making or giving any clarity to that? Because at some point, you don't want to carry that weight upon you always, because you don't deserve it. The creator of that weight and that pain, you need to give it back to them. You don't deserve to carry it around for a lifetime. That's the point I'm trying to make. And it's the point of trying to heal thyself. Because why should you carry around the weight of the pain and the trauma that another created for a lifetime and allow it to stop you from thriving and healing and feeling more love and joy in your life? I've had to walk that journey and come to so many realizations. And it's sort of like a baker can't show you, or a cook can't show you, or a chef can't show you, or a singer can't show you the ways and the tools of the trade until they've been able to perfect the recipe, so to speak. So I'm hoping that I'm helping to show you the ways to heal little by little. And I'm not talking in a circle. But when he was talking about the smells of things and certain smells that can help put you in a space that brings you joy and calm and peace and love, that's sort of how you want to reprogram your brain and initiate things that put you in a space that doesn't invite pain and disease and trauma. And we can do that. We can do that for ourselves. Everybody's so quiet in here. I need to do some things to get the party started. Maybe I'm too serious in here and everybody's like, push, push, push. Oh, honey. I was hoping some of the healing would help that too. It needs to drain. It needs to drain. Oh, thank you, Zinzarius. You're so precious. I'm always happy just to see you come in here. But I guess I'm trying to make a point. I'm always so worried that I'll say to my daughter, I want to teach people stuff, but I don't want to be boring. Does this sound too boring? That's what concerns me. I don't want to be boring people. Because I'm not like the reality TV that's gossip. Comes and goes. I'm hoping within the next 2 hours, Shelley, that it will be draining and dissipating. Because I've tried to surround the nerves. I've called for draining to occur. I've called for draining to occur. The fact that it comes and goes is a good sign because I feel like earlier it was constant throbbing. Oh wow, Sheila's one. So if everybody can close their eyes for a moment and just imagine healing, warm light focused on Shelley's mouth and surrounding it, surrounding healing, just going there and allowing the pain to be pulled away. The pain to be pulled away. Because she is close, she's very close within the next 2 hours for that to occur. Needs another warm compress. Thank you, Natasha Razor. You and I need to clap sometime on something, Natasha. And everybody, please check out Natasha's channel. Sometimes I forget to raise her up, but please check out her channel. But my whole point of tonight is to enlighten everybody about checking out certain areas of pain or things that you carry in your body and try to release things that you may, memories, unforgiveness, or anything you may be still carrying in your shadow. Make sure you release it and let it go at some point and realize that you may be carrying things that could be triggered that will bring you some form of unhealth or disease that you do not want. You don't want it. Oh, you are most welcome, Natasha. Always, always, always. Sometimes I forget because I'm dinky. Just because I'm smart in one way doesn't mean I always have common sense. That's obvious. But we have to be more aware. And also, yes, muscles carry memories. And I always, when I danced, my dance teacher at university was always reminding us that muscle carries memories. Once a muscle gets it, it will be automatic and you won't have to think about it. So even remind your friends that you love that are being negative or bitter about things. Remind them to release it. Because you don't want them to trigger disease. Hey, James Pruitt. You don't want them triggering disease. Because it's not uncommon that if you look at some of those that you've lost and the disease they've had, and maybe some of the stuff they were carrying around, you will see the connections. You will see the connections of, whoa, they didn't have to die that early. You know? It's sad. Attitude is everything. Mindset's everything. I mean, think about the people you went to school with. Think about that for a minute. Some of them still look pretty good. Some of them, unfortunately, look like they're a lot older than they are. Ask yourself why. You'll put two and two together, right? Some of them might have had bad health. Some of them might have been negative as hell. Or people that were just mean, right? Those people look a lot older because of the way they've lived their life. Hey, not paid by anyone, Miriam. We were talking about people holding on to things in their life and how if they've had a lot of negativity or trauma in their life, how it can elicit emotions, can elicit pain, physical pain, or create disease. There is that connection, that mind-body connection. That's often what triggers fibromyalgia, and people don't realize what causes it. So much is trapped in the body. There's a lot of triggers going on. Sinzeri says, Natasha Razor explains why my muscles are always sad. What have you been doing with yourself? And we've gone through what people do to take the time to bring healing to themselves. What things they use, what things they do. Sorry, I had to cough. Oh, and candles, scents, smelling things I mean, I'll sit here and sniff on this by more. This one of those things I got from her, that wet body cream. This was that black raspberry vanilla. I put this on my hands every night. I'm about 2/3 down, but smells really good smells, and I light candles every single night. Uh, they can affect me, make me feel better. Music makes me feel better. Oh, Natasha raised her ice cream. Don't say that. This is the night I'm supposed to have ice cream on Saturday night. And I usually eat vanilla bean, and we don't have any, which makes me sad. And I'm not a big chocolate ice cream person, but my husband has some, and I might have to just break down and eat his ice cream. Saturday night is my ice cream night. Do you all let yourself have a special treat once a week? That's another form of self care. If it makes you feel good. If it makes you feel good. Now, I know that you cannot because of um, physical issues, Marie. But I want you all to do me a favor. Do me a favor. And remember what I said? Oh, yeah. Some scents can trigger migraines for people. But do me a favor and just rock your hips from side to side. Remember what I said, just rocking your hips side to side? Some people do it on their tummy, like babies. Babies shake their hips side to side. Rock your hips side to side. Remember what I said about it can release trauma in your body. You can do it standing up, sitting down. But just let your arms be loose. And breathe. Good deep breaths. Rock your hips side to side. Sometimes you can just be releasing old trauma when you do it, but rock your hips side to side. You cannot release trauma by holding on to it. You cannot release potential disease in your body by holding on to old, how can I say it? Some people hold on to old things. They don't let go of things with people. If they hold on to old things with people where they're still angry, not good. What's the word I'm looking for, everybody? If you can't let go of things, you're causing disease in your body. Special treat, ice cream, but are light once a day. Oh. Who is rocking their hips side to side? Works better when you stand up, but just something about it signals your brain. Sincerity says if you can't let go, throw it. But it signals your brain, goes up your spine, breathe. And grudges, thank you, Arsene. If you are holding on to grudges, you are inviting disease to your body. Oh yeah, love body. I sleep. Look, I discovered body pillows when I was pregnant with Noah. I've had one ever since. Now, I probably need to invest in a pregnancy one, but I've got a body pillow. It just feels better. Especially with MS, if my knees touch at night, it just hurts. I don't like my legs to touch. Starts with C, ends with P, and it's 4 letters long. What? Starts with C, ends with P, and 4 letters long? I don't know. I don't get it. Is it a bad word? Crap? Is it a bad word? Yeah, I love the body pillow. Who's shaking their hips? Just moving them left to right, letting your arms loose if you can. It will help you release trauma in your body. You may not realize it, but it will. It is a brain thing. Ouch. I just slammed the fingernail I don't have. Now, I want you to try something else. If you can, I want you to take your right hand and put it behind your neck, if you can. And then just put your hand right here and breathe. And then pull it a little bit like this. Then do it with the other one. Pull it back. And then pull it down. And then put both your hands, interlock them behind your back if you can. And then act like you're going to touch your elbows if you can. Okay? Breathe. Put your chin down if you can. Put your head back. Put your head to the right. Put your head to the left. Back again. And then straight. And then hug yourself. Love you too, Sarah. Thanks for popping in. And breathe. And then put your arms down. You'll feel just a little thing behind your neck and your spine. But you'll sort of feel a little tingle buzz in your back. It's like an increase in blood flow. You want blood flow more around here. You don't get enough of it normally, but you need it. And that's what it kind of created in your upper body if you did it. Right now, it's all about awareness, about your emotional growth, your physical growth, and the mind-body connection. People being more aware about what is going on emotionally that will trigger what happens physically. That's what I want to bring to the forefront. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? And when whoever watches this, whatever extra things that you become aware of or that you do to take care of yourself, put it in the comments. Let us know. Let us share. The world needs to become more aware. Hello, Gabrielle Bahai. Please let me say it right. Bahai? Is that the right way to say it? Bahai. I don't want to say it incorrectly. I'm just happy you're here. I don't want to butcher your name. But we are starting to wrap up. I'm trying to be better at not staying on here so long. I want this to be a place of loving, caring, safety, and personal development and everyone feeling better, doing better, just say Gabrielle. I will. Please forgive me if I messed up the last name. But I greatly appreciate all of you so, so very much. As a reminder, please like and subscribe. It helps us to have more eyes here. If you are doing more to take care of yourself, let us know. Oh, where are you from, Gabrielle? Thank you. Bahia. Maybe it's Bahia. No, 6 hours tonight. Ooh, I've never been on here 6 hours. I'd be asleep for sure because something about my body decides, oh, you're out. I'll be in the living room and it's like, oh, she's out. But I greatly appreciate every single one of you. If you missed anything, you can catch up. But yes, be really aware of your, oh, France and Paris. That has to be a beautiful place. It is on my bucket list to see one day. Well, I am honored that you dropped by here. I'm sorry that we are at the end, but I'm very honored that you dropped by here. Thank you. Hopefully you can catch the replay. But everyone, thank you so much. Oh, I bet it is beautiful, Gabrielle. Do you have a channel, Gabrielle? It'd be great if you could take pictures of your redo. Oh, we're about to discuss more naturopath things. That is wonderful. Oh, 12 hours is a lot. Well, I bet your home is going to be absolutely stunning, Gabrielle. You are most welcome, Shelley. Are you feeling better? I'm so happy to see Natasha and Zen and Shelley and James and lovely Gabrielle. We're usually on Saturday and Wednesday night, your morning. And Zen and Natasha and Steve and everyone that came. And Miriam, thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, please check out Natasha's channel. And Sarah, so happy to see you here too. But I hope you got something out of this. Good, Shelley. And that good. I'm glad you've cut with your toxic relationship. You all can find me on Instagram at Dear Dana 1111. Dear Dana 1111. I hope you have a beautiful night. Please like and subscribe. And please tell your friends about the connection with their emotion and their physicality. Share things that they can do to better take care of themselves. And please promise me that you will give yourself self-care every single day and release old negativity, pain, trauma. Be aware of what's in your shadow self and know that I love you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. And I'm here for you. You know how to get in touch with me. And I will see you on Wednesday night. If you want to hear about anything specific, write me or put it in the comments below after the show. and I will see you on Wednesday. So happy to see you, Zen. Thank you for coming, Gabrielle, Natasha. Hope you feel better, Shelly, James, Steve, everybody else. And remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. Take care and thank you for coming to Dear Dana. Bye, everybody. And we are out. Bum, 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 bum.